Hello? Hello? Oh, there you are. I was afraid for a moment that you had forgotten our appointment. Why, you almost scared me to death. And that won't do after all the pains I've taken to scare you. You remember me, don't you? I'm your host on behalf of the makers of Carter's Pills. And you're to be my guest tonight in the mysterious circle of the inner sanctum. Come in, friends, won't you? Thank you. Take that chair by the fire. Good. And you'll become accustomed to the dim lights in a moment. Don't get too comfortable, because we'll have you out of that chair with thrills and chills, shivers and quivers. You're on our side, aren't you? You'd better be. But don't worry. Instead of the arch criminals haunting us, we're going to haunt them. We're going to scare the daylights out of them. Yes. Welcome, then, friends. Welcome to the mysterious circle of the inner sanctum. And listen to as weird and strange a tale as ever was told. The amazing death of Mrs. Putnam. The night is dismal. A light shines uncertainly in the room of a large, gloomy mansion. Suddenly, a sobbing, hysterical woman slams the door shut, rushes to the telephone.
Get the police, quick. The police. Quiet, Will. Oh, hurry. Please, hurry. Hello?
Hello? Police department?
This is Mrs. Putnam. You've got to save me from them. They'll kill me.
Put that telephone down.
Help! They're going to kill me. I'm being murdered.
Where are you? Who
they're
are you?
killing me. Help!
Hello, operator. This is Jeff Hansen, police headquarters. Trace the call that just came through to us. Hurry.
That's funny, Jeff.
Did you hear what I heard, Porky?
I sure did, unless we're both having the same dream.
Hold it, Porky. Yes? Yes, operator. Hansen, Jeff Hansen. You have? That's swell. Write this down, Porky.
Yes, sure.
Yes. The Putnam House, Maple Street. Thank you very much.
The Putnam House?
Yeah.
Say, that's the first time in centuries we've heard that name in the police department.
Come on, Porky. Someone in that house is in great danger. We've got to get there, and quickly. But you put all the way down on the gas.
Oh, what's all the excitement, Jeff? It's just another murder case or something. We get 'em wholesale.
Maybe you're right, Porky.
You're too jumpy lately, Jeff. What's the matter with you?
Oh, nothing. Just on edge.
You ought to get married. Then you'd have so many other troubles you wouldn't have time to think of yourself. You know, everybody should get married. At least once.
Especially you, Porky.
Oh, I'd get married tomorrow if I knew a girl who loved me for myself alone.
Keep your eyes on the road, Miss Advice to the Lovelorn.
All right. I forgive you for the crack. Now, look, Jeff. You and me is a great detective. Only you can solve everything but the mysteries of the heart. So what does nature do? Nature endows me with the wisdom which you ain't got in that department. Ain't nature wonderful? Sending me to straighten out your amours. Now, first of all, you gotta learn to treat love light.
This is Maple Street, Porky.
Oh, okay. I'll take up the lessons in love where I left off later.
Pull up, Miss Lovelorn. Here we are. Let's go.
All right, Jeff. It's a pretty old house. Ain't exactly a haunted place, but a ghost could feel at home here.
No, Miss Silly, this house is fairly modern. What are you muttering about?
I'm counting the stairs. Didn't you teach me to observe everything? 7, 8, 10.
Now remember, keep your eyes open and your mouth shut.
You know how reliable I am, Jeff.
Yeah, I do.
Yes?
We're from police headquarters.
One moment, please. You can't come in like that.
It's all right, Williamson.
Yes, Miss Lewis.
Come in, please.
Thank you, miss. My name is Jeff Hansen. This is Ed Lamb, better known as Porky.
I'm Lois Putnam.
How you doing, Miss Putnam?
Did you say you were from police headquarters?
Yes?
That's odd. How did you find out so soon?
We had a telephone call.
From whom?
It was a woman. I believe she said her name was Putnam.
What? Oh, no. When did you get this call?
Only a few minutes ago. The woman screamed that she was being murdered. She cried out for help.
Oh, no. What in heaven's name are you talking about? My aunt is dead.
Dead?
Yes. She died 2 hours ago.
Her name was Mrs. Putnam?
Yes, Martha Putnam.
You say your aunt died 2 hours ago?
Yes.
But we received a phone call for help only 20 minutes ago.
But that's impossible. Are you sure the call came from here?
It was traced to your number. Besides, I believe the woman said her name was Mrs. Putnam. Isn't that right, Porky?
It sounded like it.
This is some idiot's idea of humor. The poor woman has been dead more than 2 hours.
Lois, you should rest. You haven't closed your eyes.
I will, Doctor. These men are from police headquarters.
Oh?
This is Dr. Holloway.
Doctor?
Detective Hansen, did you say?
Jeff Hansen. This is Ed Lamb.
Hi, Doc.
Were the police informed of your aunt's death, Lois?
They traced a strange phone call back to this house, Doctor. Somebody screamed for help.
From this house?
Yes.
Then why didn't we hear it?
Perhaps we made a mistake. However, we're forced to sort of look around. Please forgive us, Miss Putnam.
Do whatever you like.
Thank you.
Well, perhaps you'd better lie down, Lois.
I'll be all right, sir.
Borgie, I want you to make a thorough search of the house and don't let anything go unnoticed.
You betcha.
Oh, Doctor.
Yes. Be back in a moment, Lois. What is it?
If you don't mind, Doctor,
Do you wish to ask me questions?
Please.
Quite all right.
What caused Mrs. Putnam's death?
The causes of her death were quite natural. A blood clot lodged itself in the veins of her heart. You may have heard it called coronary thrombosis.
How many members are there in the family?
Well, there's Lois and Mrs. Putnam's brother. He's very ill, and his sight is failing.
Is there anyone else?
Yes, there's Joel Adams, the gardener. He lives in the back of the garden. He and the butler have been with Mrs. Putnam for years.
Would you mind, Doctor, if I looked at Mrs. Putnam?
If you wish, just follow me.
A fascinating mystery, friends? A strange telephone call late at night. A woman screams for help, a dog barks, 2 shots ring out, and then the police dash to the house and find that the woman died of natural causes 2 hours earlier. Riddle me that, my friend. Oh, have no fear, for the day of ghost-like voices from the dead and the day of superstition is past. Or is it? We shall see. We shall see.
This way, Mr. Hanson.
Thank you. Why do you keep this door locked?
Oh, simply to avoid any scenes. They're all so high-strung.
Oh. What's the matter with your hand, Doctor?
You mean this bandage?
Hurt yourself?
Well, it's just clumsiness. While cutting some gauze, I slipped my hand. It bled rather profusely.
I'm sorry for all this inconvenience, but in my business, it's wiser to check on everything.
I understand. You wish to examine the body more thoroughly?
No. No, I don't think so. She looks rather natural for a corpse. There we go.
Yes.
May I see the butler now?
Yes, this castle will bring him in just a few moments.
After I see him, I'd like to talk to the others, too.
Oh, you'll be tactful with Lois, won't you? She's quite broken up. She was attached to the old lady.
Of course.
Did you ring for me, Dr. Holloway?
Yes, Williamson. Detective Hansen wishes to talk to you.
Yes, sir.
And now, if you'll excuse me, I'll take a look at Lois.
Quite all right, Doctor?
Excuse me.
Your name is Williamson, I gathered.
Yes, sir.
How long have you been working for Mrs. Putnam?
32 years.
A long time, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
By the way, did you hear any odd noises or screaming this evening?
No, sir.
You did hear 2 shots, though, didn't you?
No, sir.
You're not frightened, are you, Williamson?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I am. This house isn't what it seems on the outside.
Oh?
No, it's full of hatred. Everyone hated Mrs. Putnam, and she hated all of us. The Lord found vengeance. She didn't deserve to live. There wasn't a kind thought in her head.
Who killed her?
The devil took her.
Who fired those 2 shots?
Lightning struck twice.
Where is the dog?
In Hades with his mistress.
Don't think you're fooling me, Williamson, by avoiding my questions. Take me to Mr. Putnam's room.
Yes, sir. It's right here. He's very ill, though. Shall I knock?
No. No, you may go.
Yes, sir.
Who is it?
I'm sorry to intrude. Are you Mr. Putnam?
Who are you?
Detective Hanson, police headquarters.
Oh, the police, eh? What are you doing in my house?
I thought the house belonged to your sister.
It belongs to me now. What business is it of yours? Who else would she leave everything to?
Mr. Putnam, did anything unusual happen to your sister earlier this evening? I mean, has she been ill?
Cat was never ill in her life.
Would there be any reason for anyone murdering her?
Murder? I don't know. Maybe. She's hurt each and every one of us. She ruined Lois' life by sending her fiancé away many years ago. She made me into the wreck I am with her cruel tongue and her devilish disposition. She was responsible for the death of the gardener's wife long ago. Hasn't done a kind thing in her life. If she's been murdered, then I say good riddance.
Is it possible that all of you had given her cause to treat you that way?
Don't you dare say that. You stupid, foolish maniac. You didn't know her. How dare you? Get out of my room. Get out of my house. Get out of my...
I'm sorry, Mr. Putnam. I didn't mean to upset you. I'll go now.
Jeff. Hey, Jeff.
Yes, Porky?
Hey, I've been looking for you.
Yes?
Yeah, I've been all over the house. I checked on everything. 15 rooms, 19 windows, 8 beds, 3 fireplaces, and 3 bathrooms.
And nothing looked suspicious?
No. You think maybe there is some mistake, Jeff?
I don't know. A phone call being traced here is absolute. They never make a mistake. But her voice and her death almost 2 hours before we got the call makes it strange. Must confess I'm stumped.
Did you talk to everyone?
I'd like to talk to the gardener, but right now we'll pretend that everything's all right, that we made a mistake. We'll drive away and then come back later.
You mean you really ain't thoroughly convinced?
That's right, Porky. I've got a hunch that we're up against a case that's stranger than any we've ever known or heard of. Get in the car, Porky, and don't look back.
Right, Jeff.
I don't want them to think that we're even slightly suspicious. They may be watching us from the window. Throw on your lights and get the car started.
Yep.
Porky.
What, Jeff?
Don't move. Just look over there.
Where?
Right straight in the beam of the light.
Well, I don't... Oh, you mean?
In the garden. That mound of earth.
Looks kind of fresh.
Right.
Holy Mazuma. You think maybe somebody's buried under there?
We'll soon find out. Drive the car down a few blocks. We'll come back on foot and very quietly.
Jumping catfish, Jeff.
Not so loud, Porky. Don't hit the rock. Just loosen it.
How much deeper are we gonna dig, Jeff?
The earth is still soft. We haven't reached what we're after.
What are we after?
We'll know soon enough.
You think the old lady might be buried here and the body in the house is somebody else?
I don't know.
Hey, Jeff.
Huh?
Jeff, I hit something firm with my shovel. Feels like a body.
All right. Don't use the shovel anymore. We'll dig with our heads. Porky, you're right. It is a body.
Yeah, it feels like it's wrapped up in a rug of some kind.
All right. Get a grip on it. We'll pull it up.
Okay.
Let's go. It's the dog.
The dog we heard barking on the phone.
Then there were shots, and that woman's voice did come from this house. They killed the dog and the woman, too.
Are you completely mystified? Wondering about the strange death of Mrs. Putnam? And what will happen next? Well, there's no need to be frightened. We know how old-fashioned it is to stop like this suddenly and leave you in mid-air wondering about the outcome of the story. Oh, are you in mid-air? Good. But we assure you everything will come out all right. We won't let you down. And this is as good a time as any to remind you of someone else who won't let you down. The makers of Carter's Little Liver Pills. When you don't feel good, try Carter's Little Liver Pills. They do the work of calomel, but have no calomel in them, for they are simple pills made of vegetable drugs. They wake up the flow of one of our most vital digestive juices. When this vital juice flows at the rate of 2 pints a day, it helps to digest our food and bring back the glorious feeling that goes with regularity. Then most folks feel like happy days are here again. But be sure you get the genuine Carter's Little Liver Pills. Now let's solve tonight's inner sanctum mystery. Where were we? Oh, yes. Jeff and Porky had just unearthed the body of a dog.
The dog we heard barking on the phone.
Then there were shots, and that woman's voice did come from this house. They killed the dog and the woman, too.
Oh, I just swallowed a lump that had nails on it, Jeff.
Porky, down.
What's the idea? Throw me right into...
Someone came to the window.
Yeah, but you didn't have to throw me right into the grave.
Sorry. Here, I'll help you out. Oh, they've left the window. Now, look, you stay here, Porky. I'm going in to talk to the gardener. You watch the house. I'll be right back.
Hey, you ain't gonna leave me here with this dead dog, are you?
Shh, quiet.
What do you want?
I'm from police headquarters. You better let me in.
What do you want?
I want some information about that dog that was buried in your garden.
Ah, you're crazy.
Who buried it there?
There's no dog in my garden.
Was there a dog in the house?
I don't know.
You'd better answer my questions, Mr. Adams, unless you prefer going to jail.
I don't know anything.
Who killed Mrs. Putnam?
Everybody. Everybody hated her.
What do you mean by that?
Everyone in that house wanted her to die. Her brother cursed her. Williamson might have poisoned her.
What about you?
Me? I didn't hate her anymore. She promised to leave all her money to me.
Oh? Why?
Well, it was her only sign of repentance.
Why, no other reason?
None that might be your business.
Did you hear any shots from the house this evening?
I was away.
Jeff! Jeff!
What is it, Porky?
Hey, come quick, Jeff.
What's happened?
I had a brainstorm. Hurry, Jeff, hurry, come on.
You'd better not leave your house, Mr. Adams.
I'll be here.
What's up, Porky?
The windows. Huh? While I'm out here watching the house, I casually count everything. The stairs again. I count the colored bricks and the large bricks, and then I count the windows. Count them, Jeff.
What are you driving at?
Count them. Come on, walk around the house.
Huh?
Count them.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 14, 17, 19, 20. 20 windows. What? Great galloping ghost. 20 windows on the outside, and you said you counted...
19 on the inside.
That means that there's one window camouflaged on the inside. There must be a room within a room. Come on, Porky. We're going back inside that house. Only this time uninvited and unseen.
You think maybe the room is up around here, Jeff?
Just keep trying, Porky. Run your fingers over every inch of wall and furniture.
Yeah.
You got something?
Heart failure. I get a splinter in my finger. Why did I ever...
Shh, quiet, Porky. I think I've got it.
No kidding?
Get over here. Have your gun ready? There's a little knob here in back of the bookcase. I think it will swing the bookcase open and lead us into another room. Here goes. Look out, Porky.
Oh, you've come to kill me, but I'll kill you first. I'll kill you if you come near me.
We haven't come to kill anyone. Who are you?
I'm Mrs. Putnam.
What?
Mrs. Put... Jeff, there's the ghost we needed to top off everything.
Light a match, Porky.
Oh, there's a candle over there, Jeff.
All right, light it and bring it over here.
Okay.
How do we know that you're telling the truth, that you are Mrs. Putnam?
Heaven knows I am. But I wish I was someone else. I've gone through so much.
If you are Mrs. Putnam, then who is the dead woman downstairs?
The dead woman?
Yes.
She's my cook. She took suddenly ill and died earlier this evening.
Your cook?
I can prove to you that I'm Mrs. Putnam.
How?
My signature. I signed a new will tonight. They forced me to will everything to them. Oh, you must believe me.
We'll check on that. Was there any shooting in the house this evening?
Yes. They shot my dog while the poor creature was trying to protect me. I called the police to help me. I thought they meant to kill me, but instead they brought me up here to face the living dead.
We're the police. If you are Mrs. Putnam, then we're here to help you.
Thank heaven you don't know how they tortured me to make me write a new will.
You say the new will leaves everything to them?
Yes.
In that event, it will be a simple matter to trap them and for you to prove yourself. Have you got the old will?
No, they destroyed it.
Well, it doesn't matter. You'll tell me the contents of the old will. They'll give themselves away when they hear it read. And now, Mrs. Putnam, about those who tortured you. Who are they? I'm grateful to all of you for not objecting to my presence at the reading of this will.
Well, having you here, Detective Hanson, is best for all of us. We're really obliged to you for your kindness.
Thank you, Miss Putnam. And now, if all of you don't mind, Dr. Holloway, Mr. Putnam, Williamson, Adams, I'll be brief. Oh, Porky, wheel Mr. Putnam's chair a little closer.
Right, Jeff.
I had the courts appoint me to see that this will is made valid and legal. Now, this is it. I, Martha Putnam, being of sound mind and body, do hereby bequeath my entire fortune and all my worldly goods to Joel Adams, my partner.
Oh, no, you've made a mistake.
Careful, Lois. What did you say, Miss Putnam?
That isn't my aunt's last will.
Lois. No, I must confess, Miss Putnam, that isn't in your aunt's last will.
Then what do you mean by reading that? My aunt left everything to me.
Please, Lois.
You're right, Lois. I did. In the will you forced me to sign.
Mrs. Putnam. Don't move, Doctor.
Yes, Lois, I signed a will leaving everything to you, that's true. But only because you and your darling doctor forced me to. Oh, I never dreamed that my own flesh and blood would be that selfish.
Just a moment, Mrs. Putnam. The conspiracy to spirit you away and bury the cook in your place was entirely my idea. Don't blame Lois.
It was a clever plot, my friends, and it might have worked, but fortunately you made mistakes. By the way, Doctor, does that bandage on your hand cover a nasty bite you got while doing away with the dog?
Yes, it does. I confess to everything, Mr. Hanson, but Mrs. Putnam is as much to blame as anyone. Everyone who ever lived in this house hated her. With all the money you had, Mrs. Putnam, you never did one decent thing in your whole life. You distrusted everybody and hurt everybody. And so we plotted to get you out of the way. Fate was kind enough to provide us with your cook as the means. With your money, we could have gotten something out of life.
You'll get life now, all right, without her money.
You can relax now, friend. This story is over. But still another plot is being formed for our next session in the inner sanctum. Are we scared? Sure. But what of it? Isn't the villain a great deal more frightened than we? But thanks to clever sleuthing, everything will be solved. And there's one more mystery we may be able to solve for you quite easily. When you don't feel good, when you're low and irritable and the whole world looks black and uninviting, try Carter's Little Liver Pill. Don't give in to that depressed feeling that bogs you down. Go to your nearest drugstore right now and ask for genuine Carter's Little Liver Pills. Regular size, 25 cents. There now. We've closed the door to the inner sanctum for another week. Time to go. But spread the news to all arch criminals that we shall ride again in their pursuit next week. This is no laughing matter for them, my friend, so take your tongue out of your cheek. That's better. Remember, we'll expect you next week at this same time in the mysterious circle of the inner sanctum. Oh, By the way, you like good mystery stories, so be sure to read this month's Inner Sanctum mystery, The Case of the Solid Key, by Anthony Boucher. Good night.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
Inner Sanctum Mysteries, starring Ann Seymour and Myron McCormick. Brought to you by the makers of Carter's Little Liver Pills, the best friend to your sunny disposition.
Good evening, friends. Welcome. Welcome to the Inner Sanctum. This is Raymond, your host, teller of strange tales. Come in, if you dare. Now, before we begin, a word to those of you who don't frighten easily. It'll be no disgrace if before we're finished you find yourself trembling against your will.
Inner Sanctum Mysteries takes great pleasure in presenting two of America's best-known and best-loved radio artists, Miss Ann Seymour and Mr. Myron McCormick. Tonight, these two favorites of the air lanes co-star in The Man from Yesterday, an original radio mystery drama by Milton Geiger, brought to you by the makers of Carter's Little Liver Pills, the laxative with the two-way action. For over 60 years, everybody has known that the name Carter's Little Liver Pills means gentle and efficient help whenever a laxative is needed. Yes, and they know, too, that Carter's Little Liver Pills bring added relief by waking up the flow of a very important digestive juice. So take advantage of this two-way action and ask for Carter's Little Liver Pills.
Do you like to have your hair stand on end? Do you like to feel your blood run cold? Of course you do. Come along with me, then, to the jungle. Still and hot. Weirdly yellow in the strange light of the tropic moon. In a clearing, the African natives of Dr. Robert Rand's museum party sway to the slow throb of their drums. A few hundred yards off in the thick bush, a monstrous humpbacked shape drops silently from the trees, moves swiftly across the shadowed jungle floor. Suddenly the earth gives way under the dark, crouching monster's feet. He struggles wildly a moment and falls, disappearing into the earth.
Run. Quick, come quick. Ngagi, come quick.
Eh? What's up, Sangala?
Is something wrong, Sangala?
Wana, you come fast. Bring big gun.
Oh, what is it?
Ngagi.
Gorilla? Where?
Old man gorilla. He fall in trap.
Oh, you shouldn't go, Bob. You're fever.
Where is he? Where is the gorilla?
Sangala show you. Bring big gun. You follow me.
Can you see him down there, Bob?
Can I see him? What a fellow. What a prize he'd be for Professor Converse at the museum. A full-grown gorilla. Ruth, we've got to get this fellow home, alive.
Oh, Bob, it's dangerous. You're ill. Must you?
Converse would never forgive me if I didn't.
Bob,
What is it?
the gorilla hasn't made a sound for some time now.
That's right. Turn the flashlight on there, will you, Ruth? That's very strange.
Is he hurt?
No. But look at him. See how he stares up at me.
Yes. And such steady, knowing, intelligent eyes. Almost human.
Yes. Gazing so steadily into my own. Unflinching. Unafraid. And puzzled. As though he's seen me before. As though he recognizes me. Is trying to remember me from somewhere. Sometime. All right. Easy, man. All the way.
It's exciting, isn't it?
Nerve-wracking, moving a great ape from where he obviously belongs to where he obviously doesn't. All right, hold it, man. Keep the cage from swinging as it comes down to deck level. All right. Lower away. Easy there now. All right. Good. That does it, man. Now cast away the lowering chains and begin closing the hatch. We'll be right up.
Tired, Bob.
A little. But it's a relief to have Engadji safely stowed away down here.
Engadji. It's a musical name, isn't it?
Means gorilla. Well, nothing to do but keep him safe in his cage, keep him from catching cold, and feed him wild carrots and parsley. If it were for anyone but Professor Converse, I'd chuck it all right now. Sorry I started it. I don't like Engadji.
Oh, he's a gentleman and a scholar.
Don't talk playful nonsense about him, Ruth. He's a killer.
He is not. I happen to know.
What do you mean you happen to know? Have you been around his cage again lately?
Well, I've been teaching him a few simple tricks, if that's what you mean.
What do you call a simple trick?
Well, for example, shaking hands with a lady.
Ruth, you haven't.
I have, and is my arm torn from its socket? It is not.
Ruth, don't you understand? You can't make friends with a gorilla. You can't compromise with the jungle. Engadji is clever and he's dangerous. He'll watch with those beady little eyes of his. He'll wait with that tricky little brain of his. Until his time comes. Now, don't give him his chance, Ruth.
Oh, you're not well, Bob. Until you magnify the dangers and the menace of the jungle and all that bookish stuff. All out of proportion to... Well, what's the matter?
Look at him. He's been watching me all the time. You see how he stares at me? Never batting an eye. Never moving a hair. Watching me. Matching my gaze, stare for stare.
Oh, come out of it, Bob.
Been like this from the moment we captured him. Ruth, that abysmal brute knows something.
Darling, this stuffy ship's hold is getting you. Let's go and feed some quinine, huh?
Very well.
What'll I do with Engadji back home?
That's Professor Converse's problem, and he's welcome. Up the ladder with you. All right, man. Batten her down.
Bye-bye, Engadji. So long, old man. Be good. No, Engadji. The other hand. That's it. That's it. Ah, good fellow. Now, the other hand. Take my left hand now. The left. That's it. Oh, careful now. Don't squeeze so hard. Hey, Butch, take it easy. No. Mustn't pull it. Stop pulling, do you hear? Engadji. That's better. Now let go of the lady's hand. That's it. Now then, how about some exercise? Think you could walk around the hold here with a distinguished dame on your arm? Yeah, let's see how this chain and iron pin work on this door.
They think you can't be trained, but I know you can. Oh, this is easy. Oh, have this iron pin out in just a minute. Just be patient, old fellow. Oh, here it comes. Oh. Well, better luck next time.
You down there, Ruth?
Coming, Bob. We're just having a word with Ngaji.
Well, hurry. We've got little old New York on our horizon, and I'm quite glad. That's very kind of you, Professor Converse, putting Ruth and me up at the museum like this.
Not at all. It's a plenty room. Besides, I want to keep an eye on that fever of yours, because you won't.
Well, nevertheless, Professor, we won't impose on your hospitality a moment more than it takes us to get settled again here in America.
Yeah. Here's another door. After you, Rand.
Thank you.
This old wing is out of use, but it still has electricity. And what's more important, heat. So the zoo can build proper quarters for Ngaji, we'd better keep him in here where the temperature is even.
I've been thinking, Professor. These oak doors wouldn't be any problem at all to Ngaji if he happened to get on the loose.
True. The door closing off this old wing from the new building is really made of iron.
I see.
So, unless your gorilla is of the armor-piercing variety, it's pretty safe. Here's next to the last door. This used to be our dinosaur room.
A huge room.
Well, here we are. Royal Suite itself.
Ruth, what are you doing in here?
I'm talking to Ngaji. Hello, Professor.
I shouldn't become too familiar with Ngaji, Mrs. Rand.
Oh, he's quite gentle. You know what he does now? He takes the rings off my fingers and then gives them back.
Takes the rings off your fingers. Ruth, come on, let's get out of here.
All right. You're rougher than a 500-pound ape. He's a real gentleman.
Look at him. Look how he presses his face between the bars. To get a closer look at me. It's been like that. By George, I'll give him a good look at
Don't
me.
get too close, Rand. Now, careful.
Oh, he doesn't know you well, Bob. Bob!
There, you ugly brute. Take a look. Take a good long look. Well, what do you see? All right, he missed me.
Could have shattered your skull with that blow, Rand.
But it's only because he doesn't know you, Bob.
He does know me. He looked into my face. And he saw something. What did he see?
What do you think he saw? Well, I'm no fortune teller. I'm only Raymond, your host here in the inner sanctum. But I can tell you he must have seen something. But what was it? That's the big question. Yes, and when that logy, dull, sluggish feeling tells us that a laxative may be needed, the big question is, what laxative will do you the most good? Lots of folks have answered the question successfully by taking Carter's Little Liver Pills. Why? Because Carter's Little Liver Pills offer help in these two effective ways. One, they help relieve irregularity in an efficient, thorough, yet gentle manner. Two, usually within a half hour after taking them, Carter's Little Liver Pills wake up the flow of a very important digestive juice. It's this vital juice that helps tone up a lazy, sluggish digestive system so that folks can lose their grouch and feel better. You better keep that in mind, friends. And next time, remember Carter's Little Liver Pills. The laxative that helps in more ways than one. All right. Do you still want to know what the man from yesterday saw when he looked into Rand's face? You'll be sorry, but you asked for it. So let's go into Ngaji's cage with him now, as he listens to a strange, mysterious voice.
Ngaji, Lord of the Jungle, do you hear me? Do you hear Ngaji? Do you hear the jungle speak?
Ngaji, I am Ngaji.
I am the jungle.
Jungle.
You looked into the man-creature's pale eyes. Do you remember now? Do you remember that other Ngaji 1,000 million moons ago, before the pale man creature walked the earth?
Wait.
Do you remember Ngaji?
Remember.
You fought with him in the jungle, fought for the beautiful she. He conquered. How you hated him. He was mighty, and he was different from the others. When the others swept through the trees, that other one ran, swift as the wind, on the ground. Remember. You fought, and you died. That other one who was different stood triumphant in the clearing, his neck half bitten through, victorious. He who would one day be a man. Your conqueror then. Your captor now.
Hate, man.
Where is your strength, O Ngaji? That this same other one conquers you again, as he did 1,000 million moons ago.
I am strong. I am Ngaji.
Yet, the weak one wins.
Come in, Rand. Come in.
Oh, good evening, Professor. Oh, you know it was me.
Of course. Well,
That's exactly why I'm here, Professor. Getting to be a habit around here. There's a knocking. It must be that feverish fool Rand.
come now. We want you here.
Such a thing as wearing out your welcome.
You paid 1,000 times by bringing us back that magnificent gorilla.
I don't consider that adequate compensation. Professor, I might as well tell you. I'm sorry I ever blundered over the brute.
He's just getting you again. Go to bed and take
No,
some...
no. I'm afraid of him, Gadget. Not in the physical sense. I could cope with his power, his force. But he's changed. I can't cope with what he's become. It infuriates and humiliates me that gorilla has something on me. Has me at some disadvantage that I don't understand. It's gotten under my skin. You remember when he struck at me 3 weeks ago?
Do I remember? Of course I do.
He changed after that. When he looks at me now, he isn't puzzled. He isn't searching his memory for some clue to me anymore. He knows. He knows who I am and what I mean to him. Whatever it is, he hates me. Hates me with a dreadful, consuming energy.
I don't question that, Rand. It's plain enough.
Yeah, do you hear? He never had those tempers. Now something is tormenting him into a frenzy of hatred and defiance. Something in that secret brain of his.
You'd better calm him down before he dashes out that secret brain of his. Come on, Rand. We'll talk later. Who did you say was afraid of whom?
He's quiet, yes. But look at those eyes. Where have you seen such hatred?
Or such tremendous living power?
Yes. You've got to admire it at first. You almost think for a moment that he represents the super race. That big, black-haired, purebred gorillas are the dominating people. And on the basis of sheer power, with a certain amount of intelligence and ruthlessness, you think he ought to rule. Then you stop to think. You remember. Yes, he's pure black gorilla and powerful. But after all, He's just a gorilla.
Oh, I thought I heard him Gadget fighting in here.
Well, you did. Your precious beast was paying attention. You'd catch cold running about barefooted like that, and that wouldn't do. Because Engadji might catch it from you, and that would be the end of Engadji. On second thought, perhaps you'd better run around barefooted.
But, Bob, he's worth a fortune.
Well, so are you. Now run along back to bed. Professor Converse and I have a chess game to play. Hey, Professor?
Engadji. Hi, old fella. I brought you bananas. Here. No, I haven't got any more. What? Oh, my hand. Which one? This? Oh, the left. Sure, pal. Take it easy, though. It breaks. That's a good boy. Oh, no. Come on, Daddy. Give me back the rings. Come on. Hand over the jewels. Oh, pick them up, Engadji. Engadji! All right. Get them myself. But you won't hear the end of it. I'll show you. I've eaten your last banana for a month, and don't you forget it. Engadji! What's the matter? Oh, don't you know me? Engadji, stay back! Stay back!
Your move, Professor. Hey, Scott, it's Ruth. There's a light in the wing. Look. It's Ruth. The boot's loose. Wait a minute, Rand. Here. Take my revolver. I'll come along.
Never mind. Stay here. Call for help. I can't hold him with just a revolver. Hurry!
Bob, help me, Bob! Help me!
Ruth, what happened? Are you hurt?
That's my answer. I unlocked the cage. He broke the door
there, darling. That's all right.
I could just get in here and bar the door before he realized he was free.
Can you walk, darling?
No, I ran to the door, but I hit my foot and walked. I can't stand, Bob.
Put your arm around my shoulder. Hurry. He's breaking through.
I let him escape. I let him.
That's it, darling. Now hold tight.
But you're yourself. You can't carry me too, Bob.
Hobble on one foot
No.
now. Up. Oh. Come on now. All right, darling. Quick. The next room. Quick, in here. Now, the next room. We've got to hold him off. Throw him up. Come on, Ruth. Courage, darling.
I
Courage.
can't. I'm holding you back. Oh, leave me. Leave me with a gun. I can shoot. Please. Please. No.
In here. I'll try it. I got him. Quick now before he recovers.
Bob, you can't go on with me.
Just one more door. The last door. All right. Can't smash iron. Keep moving. Try to help him, can you?
I'm trying.
A little further. Just a little further. Here.
Oh, Bob! What's the matter?
Lock. From outside, it's automatic.
Bob, but the professor...
I don't know. He's gone for help.
Oh!
Steady, girl. Steady. Steady.
Oh, the lights have... You hit the fuse box. We shut out the lights.
Listen.
He's dead. I got the shot in the face. He's dead.
Quiet. No. He's alive. He's stalking us in the dark.
How many bullets?
3.
Bob, one more for Engadji. It don't kill him.
Quiet. This way. Keep moving.
Now, Bob. He's against the window. Bob, the moon. The moon's coming out. Find it.
We'll see him, too. And I've got 2 shots left. Perhaps.
The moon. He sees us.
Steady. Friend, where are you? Friend! Why'd you right over here, Professor? Friend.
Oh, thank heaven. You all right? Did you? Oh, my George. You did.
Point blank range. My last 2 shots. Yes.
In truth?
She's a broken ankle. She fainted. She'll be all right, though. Oh. Well, Professor?
That's the end of poor Ngachi, eh?
Is it, Professor?
You're certainly dead.
Again.
Again?
Have you ever had the feeling that something that has just happened, that happened before, somewhere, a long time ago?
A very familiar psychological phenomenon. What about it?
I feel that all this has happened before.
When?
And that it will happen again. I only wonder when. And where. And who will be the victor. Then.
Yeah, let me look at you. Oh, yes. You're hurt. There are the marks of teeth on your neck.
An unusual birthmark. It's occurred in my family for generations. Shows up when we become excited. Is it strange, Professor?
All right, friends. You can come out from under your table. Everything's all right now. Ngaji is dead, and we're safe for another 10,000 years.
Good.
Oh, Mr. Hurley, Ngaji was only imaginary, so don't let him worry you.
You're right, Raymond. Especially when real things can be so much more troublesome.
You mean things like an irritable, sour, out-of-sorts feeling that so often warns us a laxative is needed?
Yes, and that's why folks have been taking Carter's Little Liver Pills for years. They know the name stands for dependable, gentle relief. Yes, and besides, folks know that usually within a half hour, Carter's Little Liver Pills will wake up the flow of a very essential digestive juice. This juice is all important to normal, proper digestion. So why don't you take advantage of this time-tested two-way action and ask for Carter's Little Liver Pills?
Well, friends, it's time to close that squeaking door to the inner sanctum until the same time next week. Invite all your friends to be here with you. It'll give you courage. There's safety in numbers. Well, next week, our ghost artist, pardon me, guest artist, comes with the highest credentials. He was on the horror roll at Spirit School. Fine student. And for anyone who'd like a snap course in exciting mystery reading, let me suggest this month's Inner Sanctum novel, The Murder of a Novelist, by Sally Wood. On sale at your favorite bookstore. Now, friends, here's an urgent, serious thought. Remember the Red Cross. It needs your help now more than ever. And also remember you are giving both for Christmas and for America. And your presents are United States defense bonds and stamps. Buy all you can afford today. Well, good night. Pleasant dreams, huh?
Attention, armchair detectives. One way to solve a puzzling case is to keep your eyes and ears open. What valuable tip would you get from this conversation?
I ought to have been home 2 hours ago.
Gotta get this order out, Tom. It's important.
But I've stayed 3 nights this week.
Well, so's everyone else. Come on, Tom. These days, ground things out.
But you fellas don't feel as sunk and low down and out of sorts as I have lately.
I can't afford to. There's too much work to be done. So when you get the feeling slowed up and sluggish, why not do something about it?
Yeah? What do you suggest?
Try Carter's Little Liver Pills.
Right. And when you don't feel good, try Carter's Little Liver Pills. They do the work of calomel, but have no calomel in them. For they are simple pills made of vegetable drugs. They wake up the flow of one of our most vital digestive juices. When this vital juice flows at the rate of about 2 pints a day, it helps to digest our food and bring back the glorious feeling that goes with regularity. Then most folks feel like happy days are here again. But be sure you get the genuine Carter's Little Liver Pills. 25 cents at all drugstores.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
Following Japan's declaration of war on the United States, Hawaii has been under 2 air attacks today. More than 10 persons were wounded when enemy planes machine-gunned a town near Honolulu, according to a Reuters dispatch. And General Douglas MacArthur has ordered all women and children in Manila to evacuate the seacoast and move to areas inland. The Dutch East Indies has just declared war on Japan, and Costa Rica in South America has also declared war. Keep tuned to this station for further developments.
Inner Sanctum Mystery, brought to you by the makers of Carter's Little Liver Pills, the best friend to your sunny disposition.
Good evening, friends. This is Raymond, your host, welcoming you again to the Inner Sanctum. Come in, won't you? Why am I smiling? Oh, but I always smile when I open the creaking door on Sunday night. You see, each week when I say good evening, I think to myself, a good evening for what? And of course, there's only one answer to that question. A good evening for a murder.
Tonight, Inner Sanctum Mysteries brings you The Island of Death, an original radio mystery drama written by Robert Newman and presented for your entertainment by the makers of Carter's Little Liver Pills. Friends, a pleasant disposition shouldn't be just a once-in-a-while affair. It ought to be a regular thing. See if you can't make it regular by encouraging regularity with Carter's Little Liver Pills. Let them wake up the flow of one of your most vital digestive juices and prove to yourself that Carter's Little Liver Pills are the best friend to your sunny disposition.
Now I think we're ready to begin. Ready to begin as strange and terrible a tale as ever turned a man's hair gray overnight. A tale of voodoo, conjuring, black magic. Oh, now you're smiling. You don't believe in voodoo, huh? Good. Now turn down the lights, pull your chair up close, and listen to the story of the Island of Death. Come with me to the Dark Island, the secret magic island, Haiti. It is night. A fierce tropical storm is raging. The car drives slowly down the road with a cane field on one side of it, a jungle on the other.
Now which way?
I don't know, John.
Last Brandon. Why did he let us go off alone? How are we going to get back there?
But he told us not to go off alone, John. John, look.
Where?
Ahead there. An old native walking up the road. Oh, maybe he can...
Yeah. Hey, you! Hey! Now, what's the matter with him? Is he deaf? Now, you keep blowing the horn while I put my coat on and go after Muriel.
All right, John. Look, there's something wrong with it.
Hey.
It doesn't work.
Well, it was working just a minute ago. Now, what in the name of...
Something, monsieur.
So you did hear me. Why didn't you come when I called you?
I am not in the habit of coming when I'm called that way, monsieur. Besides, though I am an old man, my ears are very sensitive. The noise of your horn pained me. That's why I stopped it.
You stopped it? Why, you... Well, okay. We're looking for the plantation of St. Jack. Are we on the right road?
You are on the right road for many things, Monsieur Gould.
Right. How did you know my name?
It was told me.
Oh. Well, how do we get there?
If you go down this road 1 mile, you'll see it on your right. And when you get there, well, perhaps we will meet again.
If we do, I'll... Hey, where did he go to?
Oh, I don't know. It just disappeared.
Step back off the road into the jungle. Well, at least we know where we are now.
Yes. John.
Hey.
Do you suppose he was a papaloi, a witch doctor?
What on earth makes you think that?
I don't know. The way he looked and talked. And after all, the horn did stop working.
that you, Coach?
No, Alan. Me.
Muriel. Sorry, Mrs. Coach.
Alan, we have to make things even more difficult than they are already.
Would it make things any easier if I pretended that we were just old friends? It didn't matter to me that you'd married him instead of me.
No, Alan, I guess not.
I'm sorry, Muriel. Hello, Alan. Order me a drink, will you? Of course. Yeah, thanks, Mr. Coach.
Yes, Monsieur Randall. What?
Did you find out what was wrong with the horn?
Yeah, one of the wires had come loose. Met an old native on the road, and Muriel's convinced that he was a witch doctor.
But it's just that he was so strange, and, well, even though I know that there are no such things...
What we know or believe isn't terribly important. What is important is what the natives believe. They don't like being laughed at.
You mean they really still believe in voodoo, stuff like that? Well...
Your drinks, Monsieur.
Up here. Do you believe in voodoo?
But naturally, Monsieur.
Oh, this is funny. This is really funny. Hey, what's that?
Nothing, Monsieur. Just the steel hands doing the Dutch Congo.
Oh. Well, they can't have done a hard day's work if they've got enough energy to dance at night. I think maybe I'll go down there.
Oh, no, Monsieur. No.
What do you mean I must not?
I am sorry, Monsieur. I just meant, well, if you are interested in voodoo conjuring, perhaps I could show you some.
You, Pierre?
Oh, I am no papalois, Monsieur Randall. I have some skill with the knuckle bones, telling fortunes. And if Monsieur Coach would like...
No, why not? Go ahead, Pierre.
Very well, Monsieur. There. An arrow 9 times. That means unhappiness.
For whom?
I see a city far away from here. I see 2 men, both in love with the same woman.
Yeah, easy, Alan. Let him finish. Go on, Pierre.
One of the men is rich, powerful. The other is not. The one who is rich has his rival sent away, and in his absence marries the girl. She knows she is making a mistake.
Oh, she does she? Why, you insolent.
John, stop.
You coach. How dare you hit him for 2 cents?
All right, Mr. Brandon. He did not hurt me.
Oh? Well, I haven't even started yet. You're fired.
Just a second, Coach.
Oh, Brandon. I had a hunch you weren't getting as much as you could out of the natives, that you were too soft with them. Now I know it. You're fired, too.
John, so that's why you insisted I come down here with you.
Of course. Don't you think I know that you're still in love with him?
Okay, Coach, you asked for it, and I'm
Oh,
going
no, you're not, Alan.
I've got a gun here.
Now, you stay where you are. I'm going down to the field hand hut and really show them who's boss.
Alan. Oh, Alan.
All right, Muriel. Being fired doesn't bother me. But the other things, are they true?
That it's really you, Alan. Made you even ask.
Monsieur Brandon, excuse me, but I think you should know. The drums, it is not the Dutch Congo. It is the Service Petro. T. Marron is down with the Dutch.
What?
Who is T. Mahone?
He's the most famous witch doctor on the island. John may be a swine, but he tends with him. Listen, Muriel, you stay here with Pierre. I'm going after John.
Where are you?
Oh, yes, I'm looking for a man named... Marron. You are Marron, aren't you?
I am.
Another white man came down here a few minutes ago, Marron. You know where he is?
Yes, Michel. He said he would pay well to see some voodoo. The Service Petro. He's in the Hunpur, the temple.
What? There's no temple here in the village.
There is not. Come with me into this hut. That iron ring there, lift it up.
A trap door.
Now down the steps. Here is the Hunpur. There is open.
Coach. John.
What do you want, Alan?
Got to get out of here right away.
That's exactly what I've been looking for. The place where they hold their spookaroo.
Listen, John, I never did like you much, and I shouldn't really care what happens to you, but
white-haired native that brought me in here. You know who he is?
Sure. The old coot I met on the road earlier this evening.
He happens to be Timaron, the most powerful Papaloy in Haiti.
Yeah? Well, when I get finished with him, he won't show his face around this plantation again in a hurry, but...
Silence! We are ready to begin. White man, I warn you, Yango himself will be here. There is no telling what shape he will take, whose body he will follow.
Never mind the warning. Go ahead.
Very well. Patty, come back. The drums. From on high, the little air, from the jungles of the night, come, Ida, come, see the body, loose its soul, point its feet this way, and come, Ida, come, there. He has taken the body. He's coming. Quick, Patty. The war water sprinkled down the ground in front of the altar.
Hey, what is this all about? What do they think they're doing?
The bells of death. He's coming. Peter comes.
Listen, you hear them? Something is coming.
What do you mean, something?
The stooges. When you see who or what it is?
Oh, not yet decided. Bear.
Holy smoke.
They're white. Peter Yango is come. Down.
A woman. A white woman. Walking as if she were asleep or in a trance. As soon as she gets to the altar, we'll be able to see. Oh! A great Scott. It's Miller!
John Coates insisted there was no such thing as voodoo. Dared the witch doctor to invoke the god Yiranyango. And when the god did appear, he found he'd taken possession of the body of his wife. Very unusual. But not any more annoying than when a simple thing like a mean, sulky, gloomy disposition takes possession of us. Oftentimes irregularity is entirely to blame. So the sensible thing to do is get right after it with Carter's little liver pills. Now, don't let the gloom of irregularity hold you back, keep you from enjoying life and getting ahead in the world. Wake up the flow of one of your most vital digestive juices with Carter's little liver pills. Let them help you to feel up and at and bubbling with enthusiasm and alive with the glorious feeling that goes with regularity. Just give Carter's little liver pill a trial. And I think you'll agree that Carter's little liver pills can really be the best friend to your sunny disposition. All right. Do you still think voodoo is all nonsense? Oh, you're not so sure now. But you still want me to go on with our story. Very well. Just a moment later now. And Alan Brandon and John Coates are still sitting in the subterranean temple, transfixed with horror.
Muriel. But we left her up at the house. It can't be.
But it is. She's in some kind of a trance.
Blast that witch doctor. I'm going to...
Stop, you fool. Did anything now that can say what would happen to her?
Wait till the end of we've called game.
Look, they're all kneeling, bowing to her.
Nobody, with the power we've given you, bless us, Leader. Yankapum-Father. By night and by day, through the 4 seasons, as the green things grow, watch over us, oh, Leader, and bless us.
Look, she's raising her hands. She's blessing them.
And now, the image the goat without horns. Take it in your hand, leader. Breathe your spirit into it.
Look, that image. She's picking it up. Putting it to her lips. Now, you black devil, I'll teach you. You idiot, what have you done? What I should have done before. Killed him. Probably killed not only him, but Muriel, too. Look. Yeah, she's just fainted. Let's get her out of here. Back to the house now, quick. Inside here. Put her on the couch. She's still unconscious. Her pulse is pretty weak. Pierre, some brandy, hurry. Why did they let us go like that? Not even try and stop us. All of them just sitting there, staring. I don't know, but I'd have been happier.
Here you are, monsieur. What happened to Madame?
That blasted witch doctor, Timaron, some kind of a ceremony with a goat.
The blessing of the goat without horns.
He must have hypnotized her or something like that. But he won't try any more of his voodoo tricks on her or anybody else. I killed him.
Killed him? Killed Timaron?
Yeah, hold her head, Brandywine. I'll give her some of this brandy. All right.
Brandy. I am afraid that will not help, monsieur. You do not give brandy to someone who is dead.
Dead? What are you talking about?
Her heart is still beating, yes. But she is not really alive. You see, her soul left her body when Timaron called to her. When you killed him, it could not find its way back. It is out there. So, now, wandering around, lost in the night.
Why, you, John, haven't you done enough harm already? Well, we've got to get a doctor for her. Right away.
Yes, monsieur. For if her soul does not find its way back soon, it will never come back. But there is no white doctor that can help her.
Will you shut up? Where's the nearest one, Alan? Up the coast, about 9 miles up the road. I'll show you the way. All right, well, come on. You stay here and watch up here. And if anything happens to her...
Yes, monsieur. I will stay.
Are you coming, John? Hurry up. Yes, all right. Oh, this guard wandering around somewhere in the night. She's fainted, that's all. Maybe it's a fever and she's out of her head. Well, which way? Shortest way is that way there. You mean through the jungle? But it's dark. We won't be able to see it. Listen, Coach. You may not know it, you may not care, but Muriel's life is in danger. I'm not sure a doctor can help her. But I'm going to get one if I have to crawl on my hands and knees. Alan. Wait. How much further? Are we going to have to go? I don't know. Can't be much further. Yeah. That's what you've been saying for the last hour. We're lost. That's what we are. Lost somewhere here in the jungle. Listen. Don't. Yeah. And I don't care what you do. But I've had enough of this. I'm going that way. Oh, no, wait. Come here. Don't you realize that... Alan, look. Huts. A fire. We're out of the jungle. Safe. It's a village. No, Code. Not a village. The village. The native quarter of the plantation. Huh? What do you mean? I mean, we've been walking in a circle and we're back where we started from. Why? Well, it's impossible.
No, monsieur. It is not impossible. It is true.
Pierre. What are you doing here?
I knew this is where you would end up, so I came down here to wait for you.
It's a trick, that's what it is. You did this, the two of you.
No, monsieur. It was not us. It was he, Timaron.
But he's dead.
Yes, monsieur. He's dead. But come over here.
Timaron. Lying in state.
Yes, monsieur. And there, in his right hand, an egg. It is the fast catch conjure. Monsieur Coates, your life is in that egg. And as long as he holds it, you can never leave here.
Never leave? But I've got to. I can't stand anymore. Ever since I shot him, those drums, the jungle surrounding us, waiting. Now listen, Pierre. I don't care what it costs. I don't even care about Muriel. But I gotta get away from here.
But that is very easy, monsieur. The egg. If you will take the egg from Cimarron's fingers, smash it, you will be able to go.
Take it? But that means that I'd have to touch him, and well, all right. I'll do it. He's holding it so tightly, it's almost as if... There. Ah. Here it is.
Drop it. Break it.
There. Now, can I go?
In just a moment, monsieur.
But you said that
yes, monsieur. But I would not advise you to move at just this moment. Turn around. Slowly.
A snake? Bushman. Deadliest snake there is.
Not just a bushman. It is Damballa. Look well at his face, oh Damballa. Look well so you will know it again.
That's for you, Damballa. I've had enough of this. Now I'm getting out of here and I'm taking Muriel with me. Start walking, both of you. Back to the house. All right. Now you stop right there. Now you listen. I'm going to get the car. Back it up here. You're going into the house, and you're going to bring Muriel out here. Coach, she shouldn't be moved now, so you do as I say.
Perhaps we had better. Come, Mr.
All right. Yeah, just a second.
Yes, monsieur.
I'm asking you this as a friend. Isn't there anything that can be done? Any way she can be saved? You see, I love her.
I know, monsieur. But you know what is written. An eye for an eye. A tooth for a tooth. A life for a life.
You mean Cimarron? But she didn't have anything to do with that.
No, monsieur. That is why I think she will recover. Now that what has to be done has been done.
Muriel, darling, are you all right?
But, yes, Alan, I just feel terribly tired and weak. Is it... What happened?
You don't remember?
Oh, the last thing I remember was John going down to the native quarter and you going after him. Where is John?
He's outside getting the car. She'd never have thought you didn't get with him. He's going to take you away.
Away? Oh, Alan, no.
After all, he is your husband.
I don't care. I hate him. I hate him.
Madame was not alone in hating him. And, well, I do not think she will worry about him anymore.
What do you mean?
Somehow, I have the feeling that... Listen.
Hey there, Muriel. We'll go. Come on, Pierre. There's his car, but where's he? There he is.
Yes, monsieur.
John, what happened? What is... Oh. Good Lord, he's dead.
Yes, monsieur.
What killed him?
Look there, monsieur. Crawling back into the jungle.
A bushman. The same one that... It can't be the same one he shot at.
Perhaps it is the mate of the one he shot.
Wait. There's only one way the snake could have been. It was in the car. How could it get him? Yeah. You did it.
I? No, monsieur. The egg in Cimarron's hand. The egg with his life in it. Have you forgotten that he broke that himself?
Now, do you believe in voodoo? You don't? Oh, now. Come here. Come here a little closer. I'll whisper something in your ear. Neither do I.
And let me whisper this in your ear, close. There are just 15 shopping days until Christmas, full of rush, hurry, and crowd. About all you can do is face things armed with a good disposition. So don't let irregularity get you down. Get after that logy, cross, irritable feeling with Carter's Little Liver Pills. Let them wake up the flow of one of your most important digestive duties and help turn those 15 shopping days into 15 topping days, full of the glorious, glad-to-be-alive feeling that goes with regularity. Remember the name, Carter's Little Liver Pills. Yes, and remember this, too. Christmas comes but once a year. But year-round, Carter's Little Liver Pills can be the best friend to your sunny disposition.
Well, this is Raymond, your host again. Getting ready to close that squeaking door to the inner sanctum until the same time next week. And don't forget, there's safety in numbers, so be sure to have all your friends listen with you. Remember, all names of characters used on the Inner Sanctum Mystery broadcast are entirely fictitious. Now, if you should happen to get into an argument with anyone about whether the dead come back from the grave, about ghosts without horns, black magic, and conjuring, whatnot, remember the old saying, voodoo unto others, you would have them voodoo to you. Have you read this month's Inner Sanctum Mystery novel, Trial by Fury, by Craig Rice? On sale at your favorite bookstore. Good night. Sweet dreams.
Listeners, be on guard. Don't let it sneak up on you like a thief in the night. What is it? Listen to this report from the Harris home as Mrs. Harris says to her maid.
Hannah, I'll never give another party. I'm going straight to bed.
Oh, before dinner, ma'am.
I'm exhausted. All those chatty, noisy women depress me so.
I wouldn't be too quick to blame the guests, ma'am. You've been kind of edgy and cross all week. Not like yourself at all.
Oh, you're right, Hannah. I'm sorry.
Oh, I know how it is. And when I get to feeling that way, I know it's time to try Carter's Little Liver Pills.
Right. And when you don't feel good, try Carter's Little Liver Pills. They do the work of calomel, but have no calomel in them. Well, they are simple pills made of vegetable drugs. They wake up the flow of one of our most vital digestive juices. When this vital juice flows at the rate of 2 pints a day, it helps to digest our food and bring back the glorious feeling that goes with regularity. Then most folks feel like happy days are here again. But be sure you get the genuine Carter's Little Liver Pills. 25 cents at all drugstores. This is the Blue Network of the National Broadcasting Company.
Inner Sanctum Mystery, brought to you by the makers of Carter's Pills.
Good evening, friends. I'm Raymond, your host. Remember? Won't you come into our inner sanctum? Oh, it's very gratifying that you have the courage to come back. I was afraid our story last week might have been too much for you. But, since it wasn't, suppose we see what you think of tonight's tale. The story of a strange, weird voyage that makes the ancient mariner look like one of the Rover boys.
Inner Sanctum Mysteries tonight bring you The Death Ship, featuring an all-star cast of radio favorites in an original radio drama by Robert Newman. Presented for your entertainment by the makers of Carter's Little Liver Pills, the best friend to your sunny disposition.
Now, wait. A question before we begin. Do you really know anything about the sea? The sea that covers 2/3 of the Earth's surface? It's a place of storms and sudden death. A place where anything can happen, and usually does. Aboard the death ship. The Caribbean. Vast blue home of the Gulf Stream and the mysterious Sargasso Wild. Somewhere near its center, heading north, an open boat. In it, their eyes red-rimmed, their faces raw and cracked, are 5 men. One of them glances astern. There, trailing them, is a menacing, triangular black skin.
Captain Pike. Aye? What is it, Pokey? He's back. He's following us again. Oh, that shark. The same one that picked us up right after the wreck. How do you know it's the same one? Because I do, and I don't like it. You know what it means. He smashed gas. You keep on following us until... I'll hold the door, Captain. You can't get him.
What's the thing? I tried 3 times already.
Please, Captain. Well, give me the gun and let me try.
Okay.
Hold the tiller.
Did you get him?
Never even flinched.
Maybe he'll go away when Josh dies. That's what he's waiting for.
Yes, he's going to die.
With all his ribs stove in? Okay.
He's drinking into all the time. Besides, look. Opening his eyes. Water.
He asked him for water. I heard him.
Aren't you going to give him any?
Don't be a fool, Ben. You know he's dying. Water won't save him. There's hardly enough for the rest of us. He's entitled to his share, sir. He can have my rights besides.
Mine, too.
Well, for my money, you're crazy, but... All right, Corky, force him out. Hurry to the cup.
Okay, Captain. I think you're not too, Benson. But here you go.
Thanks. Here you are, Josh. There you are. Now drink this.
Water. Good. Where am I? What happened?
Don't you remember, Josh? The Mary Kay, that storm last night. We ran into a reef off Skeleton Key. Found it. All hands were lost except us. Some gear fell on you and you got kind of hurt.
Skeleton Key? I remember. My ticket to leave. After Pike told me we were clear of the reef to change that course. I did. And then we... You know, Captain Pike, you wanted to wreck the ship.
What? You're crazy.
You did. Piled her up for your insurance, and Corporal was in it with you. You had the launch going out before we even struck.
Well, if that's true, then what are we doing here in a whaleboat without any food and hardly any water?
Just sealed over after something. You couldn't get the launch clear. You murdered down the whole ship company. And then I'm dying too. Well, I'm putting a curse on you. On both of you. A curse that'll follow you until...
Josh! Josh!
Poor Josh.
He's dead. Okay. Heave him over the side. What? We can't do that, Captain. That's shot. What do you want to do? Keep him here? I said heave him over.
Listen, Captain. He was my pal. We shipped together for years.
You bloody fool. Look over there. You see that black cloud? There's a squall coming. What chance do you think we'll have of living through it unless we light the ship? He's right, Ken. It is a squall, and there's...
And look. Look, they're running ahead of it. A sail. A ship.
A ship? Where? You're right. It is a ship. A ship coming this way. We're saved. We're saved.
Signals on, Benson. Wave to him.
Ahoy there! Ahoy!
Wait a minute. Before they get here, let's get something straight. What Josh said about me wrecking the Mary Kay. He was out of his head, see? Out of his head? Delirious. If you don't think so, well, I just as soon they found 3 dead men here as one.
You mean it?
What do you say, Sam?
He don't know. He was just thinking there was something funny about that ship.
Funny? Funny how?
Look at the way she's luffing, falling off.
Right, that's so. But there was no one at the helm. But there is. You can see him.
But can you see anyone else? crew?
Listen, getting aboard her is our one chance. Put out those oars and start rowing.
Aye. Come on. To this, go.
Robert, counter and hold on. Now, snap on board.
What about Dodger and the whaleboat?
Leave a minute to cast to the drift.
I guess that's better than letting the shots get him. Okay, Sven. All right. So long, York.
Now, let's look around here. That man at the helm, for instance.
Well, maybe he's drunk. So blind drunk he didn't see him. Maybe the rest of the crew's below and... Holy smoke.
Drunk?
He's dead. Right to the wheel. But what killed him? Look at that look on his face. Burned blank like he'd been scorched by hellfire.
Ahoy, below there! Ahoy! Anyone about?
There's no one below. There's no one on board but us. And him.
How do you know?
Yes, you. This is a death ship.
A what?
You heard of them. Every sailor has. Ships wandering around the sea, drifting into port without a soul on board, and no way of telling where the crew went or why. It's a death ship, and they don't like it.
You don't. You'd rather be out in a whaleboat, I suppose. Why, with this squall coming up it's here. Take the wheel, Sven. Cut that body loose and heave it overboard. You orders. Up the wheel from the race house. Up now. Riding easier now, isn't she, Sven?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Wasting time.
Well, keep where she goes, due north and for the wind.
Yes, sir. But it's getting pretty dark. I can't hardly see the compass anymore.
I'll light the binnacle for you. There we are. So we got a ship under us again. Good ship, too, from the feel of her. And just in time. We'd have swamped her on the whaleboat. Piece of luck, all right.
That was told you, isn't like it? They'd like to know what happened to the crew and what killed the man we found at the wheel here.
Well, as soon as Carty and Benson get back, we'll take a look below.
That's Lawson on deck, sir.
Okay, Benson. Now, let's see if we can't get to the bottom of this.
Take a look below deck, you mean?
Aye. You stay at the wheel, Sven. You others, follow me.
Aye, sir. Due north. Get the gun ready, Captain?
I have. No one in here. Ahoy! Anyone around?
You suppose she sprang the leak in the short she was sinking? Abandoned her?
I doubt it. He don't ride as if he was waterlogged.
What about a plague, sir? The whole crew dying off.
It might be. You look in this cabin here.
Really? Well, looks like it must have been the captain's cabin.
Aye. Everything's shipshape here, too. Bunk made up. Hey, what's that? There against the wall.
The sea chest, an old one.
Old? That chest was old before you were born. Look at the ironwork, the rust on it. What do you suppose is in it? Well, now we'll soon see. Holy jumping Jehoshaphat. Gold! Bars of it! Jewels! Pearls as big as marble. Pirate treasure. Or maybe old Spanish treasure. Look at it! Look at it! We're rich! We're rich!
I'm going to borrow and help Hey, down below! Hurry! It can't leave the wheel. What is it? Down in the captain's cabin, a big chest full of gold and jewels and treasure. That's so. Don't you understand? We're rich. Rich. Stan, what is it? I don't know. At least, but look, twice up here. Captain. Okay. I don't know what's come over you, but Captain Price, would you come on top side for a minute?
Aye, coming up. Well, so you don't like this ship, eh, Ben? Did he tell you what we found?
He told me. And it don't make me like it any better.
What do you mean?
You've been to sea for good many years, Captain. Yes, like I have. But have you ever heard of anything like this happening before?
Like what?
Fellas get wrecked, dressed around for a day and a night, in open boats, run into a ship without anyone on it, and then discover it's got treasure aboard.
Hey, what are you driving at? It happened, didn't it?
Did it? Couple of minutes ago, I saw something off the port bow there.
Saw something? What?
It was too dark to be sure, but it looked to me like a whaleboat with 5 men in it. And somehow, I got the feeling that those 5 men were us.
What?
Yes, Tom. I don't think we're really here on board this ship at all. We only think we are. We're really still out there, tossing around in the whaleboat. At least, our bodies are. I mean, I got a hunch that we're all dead.
By Carter's Little Liver Pills. They do the work of calomel but have no calomel in them. For they are simple pills made of vegetable drugs. They wake up the flow of one of our most vital digestive juices. When this vital juice flows at the rate of 2 pints a day, it helps to digest our food and brings back the glorious feeling that goes with regularity. Then most folks feel like happy days are here again. But be sure you get the genuine Carter's Little Liver Pills. Well, you want to go back to sea again on the death ship? Very well. But if our course from now on is one that's never been sailed before, don't blame me. It's just a moment later now. The 3 men are still standing in the stern of the death ship. It scuds north through the darkness. Old Train at the helm, Captain Pike, and Tom Fenton staring at it.
Dead? You think we're all dead?
Wait till I tell this to Coffert. Tell him to stop figuring out how much that treasure's worth because he'll never spend it. Because we're all ghosts.
Fred, why don't you go below and lie down for a while? I'll take the wheel.
You think I'm crazy. All right. It takes us days until I can think about this whole business. It just don't make no sense.
Like what?
We still don't know why this ship was abandoned, what happened to the stowaway, and we don't know what killed the man we found last to the wheel.
Well, no, we don't.
Captain Pike, just come soon. The logbook. Hey, wouldn't that make it tell us something?
You're right. Finding that treasure got me so head up I never thought of that. Now, we'll go down and read it right now. Oh, sure you don't want Benson to take the wheel, Ben?
No, Captain. I'll finish up this trick. You can take over at this stage.
Okay. Come on, Benson. All right. Go look for the logbook and see if
This ain't too crazy, eh? Well, we'll see.
Due north, huh?
Yes. Well, did you find out anything from the log?
That sure did. What a yarn.
I'm listening. Finish.
Well, it says the big ship here belongs to a man named Talbot, a yachtsman. He was snooping around a bookshop one day. He came across an old book written by a Don, a Spaniard, a couple of 100 years ago. It was all about a galleon, a treasure ship that went down around these parts.
Storm?
Partly. Talbot fitted out this ship, came down here to look for the treasure. He found it all right, but as soon as they started home, funny things began to happen.
Funny things?
Yeah. Two of the crew tried to break in and get Talbot's guns, and he had to shoot him. He shot another one when the guy went for him with a marlin spike. Then he realized he'd have to do something drastic. So he and his mate dumped the last 5 men into the whaleboat, set them adrift. That left just the 2 of them, Talbot and the mate.
And then?
Well, the last entry was made day before yesterday. At least there's the beginning of an entry, but it trails off into a blot.
Mr. Talbot, it looks as if Henry found life through the wheel. But we still don't know who or what is in it.
No. No, we don't. Hey, listen, Ben. Do you really think there's anything to this curse business?
Gold is always a curse, Tom. You know what I would do if I could, Tom? I would take that fish and twist it right over the side.
You would, eh? Over my dead body.
Oh, hello, Captain Pike. I didn't see you coming.
That gold's gonna make me a rich man.
Will make you a rich man?
Well, all of us, Ben, all of us. That is, as soon as we get home.
Yes, sir.
Breezing right along, ain't she? Well, I think she could stand some more sail. Okay. Okay, come on up here.
All right, Captain.
Yes, sir. Let's go up. Put on more sail. How did you handle it?
Up we go, Captain. More sail.
Sure is full of night. At this trip, we ought to raise land by morning.
Yes. Maybe.
What do you mean, maybe? Hey, what was that?
Sounded like Corky. Captain Pike! Captain Pike, was that Corky?
Aye, it was. This is putting on the rat line. Went over the side.
This is footing.
Aye. Too much rum, I guess.
Well, put her about, see if we can't pick him up.
Hold your course. We'll never be able to find them at night.
Yep,
Hold your course, I said. I'm going below.
Corky. Overboard. Had been drinking, but...
That wasn't why he said. Did you see the butt of Pike's gun? There was blood on it. He slugged him.
What? You mean killed him? Pike?
Is there anything to be surprised at? Have you forgotten what Jack said before he died? That he left the marriage day on purpose?
I had forgotten. But if that's so, if he killed Corky, murdered him, then
that's what he meant when he said he was going to be rich. Tom, we're going to be next.
Yeah? The heck we are. Hold the wheel while I get a marlin spike. Then when he comes back on deck, I'll jump him.
Jump here? You know what that is, don't you, Benson? Mutiny.
Mutiny, you murdered.
I know I are, Benson. I ought to kill both of you for what you're doing. Conspiring against me. But I ain't going to make the same mistake Talbot made, Sid. One man can't handle this ship, but two can. Oh. Ben! You killed Ben, you... How are you, Benson? Yeah, I killed him. He was old, not as strong as you. Wouldn't have been as much use to me if I could stay at the wheel. And hold that course due north. Getting tired, Benson? No. Well, that's good. Won't be long now. Almost 3 bells. Sun will be coming up in a minute. When it does, I got a hunch we'll get a landfall.
And then?
What do you think?
I don't think. I know. You'll kill me. Take her in by yourself.
Smart boy, Benson. That's just what I'm going to do. The Dons couldn't get the gold home, neither could Talbot, but I can and I'm going to. Look, there's the sun. And ahead off there, off the port bow, land.
Yeah, land.
Okay, Benson. Ready? Hey, what are you laughing at?
You! Go ahead and shoot. You think you can hurt me? You can't.
I can't.
Have you forgotten that whaleboat with the 5 men in it that Ben saw last night? The 5 men he said were us? Have you forgotten what he said that meant? We're sailing due north. The sun should be rising on the starboard side in the east, shouldn't it? But it's not. It's coming out to larboard in the west.
Sun rising in the west? Why, it can't be. And still it is.
And that land ahead there, it's not the coast. Don't you recognize it? It's Skeleton Key, where you wrecked the Mary Kay. There's what's left of her. Now, do you understand? You're dead. You've been dead for 2 days. Dead and doomed to sail a death ship in a circle through all eternity. No, I'm not dead. I'm not dead. I'm not letting go. I'm not stay up on here. He's going over the same. I'll pour the line, and when he comes up, we'll... Oh, Ben!
He isn't going to come up. It's dark, and it looks like the same shark that followed us all day yesterday.
Yeah. Well, that was smart work, Fred. I thought I saw you move once or twice. I had a hunch you weren't dead.
Well, think dead? Aren't we both dead?
Heck no. Does that slug through your shoulder feel as if you were?
Well, no, but you just said to Pike.
A trick so I could get his gun.
Trick? There ain't no trick about the sun. It's rising in the west instead of the east.
No, it's not, Stan. As soon as I saw it, the whole thing came to me. You remember that body we found lashed to the wheel? The mate? You know what killed him? Lightning.
Lightning?
Yeah. Struck by lightning during the storm when the Mary Kay went down. Besides killing him, it polarized the compass. Reversed it so that the needle pointed south instead of north. That's why it looked like the sun was coming up on the wrong side. That's why we ended back here at Skeleton Key again. We were sailing south all the time instead of north.
But that whaleboat, they just see a whaleboat in 5 minutes.
Sure you did. And you know who they were. The men Talbot and his mate set adrift, so they wouldn't have to share the treasure with us. You know what we're going to do? We're going to pick them up and get them to help us sail this ship home.
And the treasure?
You said you didn't want any part of it. Well, I don't either. They found it, let them divvy it up. But we found this ship, didn't we?
That's right. Private.
It's ours now. Ours to do anything we like with. We're our own boss from here on in, then. And what more can a man want?
Nothing, Tom. Nothing in the world.
And that was the story of the death ship. The ship that sailed the Caribbean with a treasure aboard her and a dead man at the helm. Pleasant little tale, wasn't it? Did it have enough corpses and sudden death in it to suit you? Oh, it didn't. Some people are never satisfied. It's a good thing they're not, Raymond, or there wouldn't have been any progress. Oh, you mean we'd have to get along without such things as the telephone, the airplane, the electric light, the radio, and Carter's little liver pill. Heaven forbid. Yes, Raymond, scores of people would hate to be without Carter's little liver pill. Because they've learned that a mean, cranky, sour disposition due to irregularity often takes a decided change for the better soon after they try these simple little pills made of vegetable drugs. Yes. Now, be sure to mention that Carter's little liver pills do this by increasing the flow of a very important digestive juice. That's right, folks. And the name, Carter's little liver pills, tells us where that vital juice comes from. So next time you don't feel good, try Carter's little liver pills. And see if you don't agree that they're the best friends to your sunny disposition. 25 cents at all drugstores. This is Raymond again, your host, getting ready to close that door to the inner sanctum and say goodnight until next week, when our guest will once again be Paul Lucas. I hope you enjoyed our little story and that you got its moral. What moral? Oh, it had one, all right. All our stories have. Dead men tell no tales, except on the inner sanctum. So, next Sunday night, to overcome the hot weather, invite your friends in for a chilling evening and listen to Inner Sanctum Mystery. However, if you just can't wait till the coming Sunday for our next one, satisfy your craving for a good murder story by reading this month's Inner Sanctum Mystery novel, I'll Eat You Last by H.C. Brendan. Good night. Sweet dreams.
Featured in tonight's cast were Arthur Vinton as Captain Pike, Myron McCormick as Tom, and Gilbert Mack as Fred. Original music by Lou White. Inner Sanctum Mysteries will be on the air again next Sunday evening, same station, same time, when we will again have the honor of bringing you the popular and gifted star of stage, screen, and radio, Mr. Paul Lucas. Be sure to listen in. This is Ed Hurley reminding you, when you don't feel good, try Carter's Little Liver Pill.
Boris Karloff on Inner Sanctum Mystery. Brought to you by the makers of Carter's Pill.
Good evening, friends. And let me welcome you once more to the Inner Sanctum. This is Raymond, your host. Come in, won't you, and sit down? No, I'm not being polite. I'd prefer you to sit, you see. Because within the next 5 minutes, you're going to be so weak in the knees that you won't be able to stand.
Inner Sanctum Mysteries again has the pleasure of bringing you the famous star of radio, screen, and stage, now featured in the current Broadway success, Arsenic and Old Lace, Boris Karloff. This evening, Mr. Karloff appears in Robert Newman's dramatization of Edgar Allan Poe's famous story, The Telltale Heart. Presented for your entertainment by the makers of Carter's Little Liver Pill, the best friend to your sunny disposition.
And now our story. A story based on a tale by the greatest master of the macabre that ever lived, Edgar Allan Poe. The story of a man who could hear not only every sound on earth, but even things that don't exist. So, turn down the lights, call in a friend or neighbor to keep you company, and listen to Boris Karloff as Simon in The Telltale Heart. It's early evening. The sun is just setting behind a range of low hills. On top of the nearest hill is a huge rambling building surrounded by park-like grounds. A road winds from its gates down to the little village below. Down this road comes a man. He's tall, gaunt, his hair snow white. He's so busy with his thoughts that he doesn't see the small, dark man who sits by the roadside. But just as he is about to pass him...
Good evening.
Huh? Oh, why, good evening.
Nice evening, isn't it?
Nice? Why, it's the most wonderful, perfect evening I'll ever know this side of heaven.
You don't say.
And you can't know what it's like to feel as if you'd just risen from the dead. As if your tomb was opened. And you were told that you could return to the world that you knew and loved.
Can't I?
You can't. You see, my name is Simon. I was a musician. 2 years ago, I went stone deaf. Suddenly. Completely. Do you know what deafness means to a musician? It's like dying. Or worse. Like dying and knowing that you're dead. Oh, I went to doctors, but they could do nothing for me. But finally, one of them sent me to see the doctor who has the place up on the hill here.
Dr. Adair?
Yes, Dr. Adair. He kept me with him for 6 months, and now I'm going home again.
He cured you? You can hear?
Hear? Listen. Listen hard, and tell me what you can hear right now.
Nothing very much. The wind? Cricket?
Cricket and the wind. Do you know what I can hear? I can hear the grass growing, the sap rising in the trees. I can hear the stars moving in their courses. I can hear things that no man ever heard before. Now do you know why I said that this was the most wonderful evening that ever was?
Yes, Simon. But I knew why before. You see, I just left the place up on the hill myself.
You left there? You mean...
When I was taken there, I was blind.
Oh, your eyes, yes. I hadn't noticed before, but they are strange. Shall we walk on together?
Simon? Just where did you plan to go?
Well, I've been thinking about that for weeks now. All the weeks when I couldn't leave my room. I must get used to being able to hear again, gradually. From my window, I could see an old mill, just this side of the village.
Yes, it's deep in the woods, deserted. There's moss on the water wheel, and the door hangs open by one hinge.
You mean that you can see it from here?
My eyes have become as good as your hearing. You thought of going there, living there?
For a while, until I was ready to return to the world. Oliver, why don't you come with me? Then when we are both ready, we can go back together to the world.
Yeah, I could do that.
Think of what it's going to mean, how much we're going to be able to help people. You with your sight and I with my hearing.
Help them? Yes. Yes, of course. All right, Simon. We'll go to your old mill.
This way, Oliver. Up this path.
What? Someone's coming.
The farmer. He seems to be looking for something.
Good evening. I'm looking for my cow. Have you seen her?
Well, what kind of a cow is she?
A brown and a white one with a crooked horn.
Wait. I hear her. She's grazing in a field on the other side of the woods.
Hear her? That's almost a mile from here.
I have good ears.
Good? You must have ears like a fox. But that field, that's the squire's. How did she get there?
You think someone took her? Who would?
Well, it's the squire's land, but he's the richest man around here. Why should he have taken my cow?
Wait a minute. Let me see. Yes. Yes, I do see someone with your cow. He's just leaving her.
You can see that? Right through the woods?
I have good eyes.
Who is it? What's he like? Is he tall, wearing a brown jacket?
Yes.
I knew it. It's the squire. He's trying to steal my cow. I'd better go get her. Thank you very much. Perhaps I'll see you both again.
Perhaps. We'll both be staying around here for a while there in the old mill.
Why did you tell him that, Oliver? Did you really see the squire taking his cow?
I saw what he wanted me to see.
What do you mean?
He hates the squire because the squire's rich and he's poor.
But what?
Never mind, Simon. Shall we go on to the mill?
Here we are. And it's just the way I knew it would be. Quiet, peaceful, no noises, just sound. And even those are dulled by the waterfall.
Yes, it's just the way I knew it would be, too. Dark, dank. The home of the rats and spiders. We'll be happy living here with them.
Happy with rats and spiders? Why?
Because they're like me. Rats see in the dark, and spiders spin webs.
I don't understand you, Oliver. Must you always see the worst, the most evil side of everything?
Always.
But why? Don't you love people? Don't you think that this is a good world?
A good world when I was blind for more than 2 years?
But whose fault was that?
What difference does that make? I was blind. And did anyone care that I was? No. Love people. I hate them.
But, Oliver, that's wrong. You've no right to hate anyone or anything.
What's that?
What? It sounds like wings, like... Yes, there it is, there. A swallow. Why, it's frightened, trying to get out. Why, it's beating itself against the wall and... Oh, poor thing, it's hurt itself. Fallen to the ground. I'd better catch it.
Is it badly hurt?
No, I don't think so. Oh, Just this one wing.
Here, let's see. Perhaps we can put a splint on it, heal it.
You think so? Here, Oliver. But be gentle. It's still terribly frightened.
I will.
Oh, Oliver! What are you doing to that bird? Blood, you crushed the swallow, killed it.
So I have.
You killed it deliberately.
You think so? I told you we all have some badness deep inside us. Even you. Here you are ready to believe the worst of me, that I'd wantonly crush a harmless little sparrow to death and... Simon.
What is it?
I don't know, but there's something in your face. Something that wasn't there before.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm going up to bed.
Simon! Simon, wait!
It wasn't he that was blind. It was I. Oh, he is bad, evil, clean through. He's like one of the spiders he loves so much, lurking here and spinning cunning webs to catch innocent people in. And what he saw in my face just now, there was something there. Something that wasn't there before. Death. Why did this have to happen to me? I was so happy just a little while ago. I loved everyone, the whole world. And now I have to kill him.
And here I am, friend, Raymond, your host in the inner sanctum, who also loves everyone. So, Simon has decided he must murder his companion. Not because he wants to, but in order to keep him from spreading the hate and evil he seems to love. That's a charming idea. But if Oliver's eyes are as good as he says they are, good enough to see death in Simon's face, how will he be able to do it, Quite a problem, isn't it?
Well, Raymond, everyone has problems. It's the answer that counts.
It certainly does, Mr. Hurley, in a mystery drama.
Yes, and in a domestic drama, too. If you don't believe it, listen to what Agnes Vale says to her husband at the dinner table.
Oh, Bob, you haven't said a word about the cake, and I baked it especially for your birthday.
After 30, no one wants to be reminded of birthdays.
Oh, that's silly. Besides, a person's only as old as they feel.
Well, if that was the case, I'd be about 60.
You mean 90. No one could save up the grouch you've got in only 60 years.
If you felt as irritable, low, and out of sorts as I have lately, you'd be grouchy, too.
Of course I would. Anybody would. So the thing to do is not to feel that way.
What can anyone do about it?
Very simple, my dear. Try Carter's Little Liver Pills.
Right, and when you don't feel good, try Carter's Little Liver Pills. They do the work of calomel but have no calomel in them, for they are simple pills made of vegetable drugs. They wake up the flow of one of our most vital digestive juices. When this vital juice flows at the rate of 2 pints a day, it helps to digest our food and bring back the glorious feeling that goes with regularity. Then most folks feel like happy days are here again. But be sure you get the genuine Carter's Little Liver Pill.
Well, friends, are you sorry I advised you to sit down before? I thought not. You still want me to go on with the story of the Telltale Heart? Very well. It's a little later that same evening, and Simon is sitting in the upper story of the old deserted mill, waiting, listening.
Sleep, Oliver, sleep. Aren't you ever going to sleep? Oh, I know you're lying down. I heard you getting undressed. I even heard the thread snap when you pulled that button off your shirt. But you're not asleep yet. I can tell by your breathing, the way your heart's beating. And that's what I must wait for. The time when you're really asleep. When you close those hawk eyes that can see even in the dark. That could read murder in my face when I didn't know it was there myself. Wait a minute. There. Now you're asleep. And now I must go. Easy with the door. Careful. And even more careful going down the stairs. Shh. Don't he wakes. No, he can't. He won't wake up. He can't. And even if he does... here we are. The door to his room. How shall I do it? Those sacks he's using as a pillow. If I pull them out and held them over his face and smothered him, that's it, yes. And then I wouldn't have to touch him. I wouldn't.
Who's that? Who's there? There is someone there. I can see you. It's Simon.
Yes, it's Simon.
What do you want? What are you doing here? I know you've come to kill me.
Yes, Oliver. I've come to kill you.
Philip, you can't do that. You can't.
Yes, Oliver, I can. And I have to. Oh, please don't struggle like that. I'm stronger than you are. You can't get away from me. You can't. You can't. That noise. Hear it? It's your heart. Beating, pounding, driving the blood through your veins. It's beating more slowly now. Slower and fainter. Running down like a tired clock. I'm not going to let you go until it's stopped. So don't struggle. Don't struggle, please. Just a few seconds more. I can hardly hear it now. Just a faint, throbbing murmur. And now, even that's gone. Yes, it stopped. And you're dead. Oliver, listen. I didn't want to do it. I didn't, but I had to. You were only interested in hurting people. That's why I had to do it. And that's why I'm not going to give myself up or confess that I killed you, because I could still help people. You understand, don't you? That's why I must get rid of your body, hide it somewhere. Oh, what am I to do with you? I know. I'll keep you here, tear up the floor and hide you underneath it. Yeah. Let's see now, this crowbar. Sword. And this one here, there. That should be big enough. And now, in you go. Goodbye, Oliver. Goodbye. Just put these boards back. Nail them down again with the same rusty nails. And it's done. Now I'll spread this dust over the cracks. No one will be able to tell what I've done. No, not even with your eyes. If you could still use them. What's that? A light. A lantern outside. Someone at the door. Maybe Christie's come back again. Yes? Who is it?
It's Trent, the constable.
The constable? What do you want?
Oh, nothing much. Thought I'd drop in. Say hello.
Come in, constable. Come right in.
Thanks. Queer time of night to be visiting, but I heard there were strangers living out here, and I thought I might...
Why, of course, it's part of your job to investigate strangers, isn't it?
In a way. Not that you're a stranger, exactly.
What do you mean?
Well, you've been around here for some time, haven't you? Up at Dr. Adair's place in the hill, I mean?
Oh, yes, of course. I just left there this afternoon.
Uh-huh. And your friend, where's he? Sleeping?
Friend? Why, there's no one here with me. I'm all alone.
But the doctor said... You mind if I look around?
Oh, no, of course not.
Not that I doubt your word or anything like that.
Oh, no, don't apologize, Constable. Go right ahead. Well, Constable?
There's certainly no sign of anyone else.
Well, I told you so.
Yes, you did. Now, I'll just sit down here for a minute. Get my pipe going.
No, not there. Don't sit there.
Why not?
Because, well, it was just that the floor looked a little rotten right there, and I was afraid that... Oh, I guess it's all right.
Sure. Strong enough to hold me, anyway.
Don't stab me if I catch you. Good heavens. What's that?
What's what?
That sobbing. That noise. Beating away like...
I don't hear any noise.
But you must, you... Ah, those ears of mine. Sometimes they're too good. It's just your watch ticking.
Watch? I haven't got a watch on me.
You haven't? But then what? Oh, look, Constable, I could use a bit of exercise. Suppose I walk you back to the village.
Well, it's mighty nice of you. I'm glad to have your company. But there's no hurry, is there? Just let's sit here for a while.
I don't want to sit. Constable, will you come now? Now, this minute. If you don't, I don't know what I'll do.
Hey, you have gotten yourself into a state. Is anything the matter?
No, of course not. It's just that I get nervous, restless, and you won't mind if I walk up and down right here, will you?
If it'll make you feel any better, go ahead.
Thank you. This floor, it is noisy, isn't it? It isn't noisy enough. Constable, this lever here, I've been wondering about it. What's it for, do you know?
Oh, yes. I think it opens the sluice, starts the middle wheel turning.
It does? Then let's try it. See if it still works. There.
Yeah, still works all right. It's quite a racket, too.
You're not loud enough, Bill. Constable, for heaven's sake, will you come now? Leave here with me. If you don't, I'll go back.
Hey, look, there's no need to get so excited.
I'm not excited. I'm perfectly calm and quiet. Will you come now, right away?
But I told you.
I know what you're doing. Sitting there, pretending you haven't heard, making me stay here and listen to it, beating louder and louder and louder. All right, I confess. I killed him. His body is right underneath you, under the floor. I killed him, and that noise you hear is his heart. The beating of his telltale heart.
Hello, Dr. Adair.
Oh, Constable, hello. Well, did you find them?
Yes, Doctor. I'm glad. Some of my boys will be bringing the other one, Oliver, along in a little while.
Bringing him? What's the matter with him?
Well, sort of. They were in the old mill by the river. Simon had evidently tried to kill Oliver, but he hadn't done a good job of it. He nailed him up underneath the floor, and when we got him out, he was unconscious. He's still pretty weak.
I see, yes. Bring Simon in, will you?
Sure. All right, Simon. In here.
Yes, Constable.
Now, turn him around so that he's facing me. That's it. Well, hello, Simon.
Hello, Doctor.
Simon, why did you run away from here this afternoon?
Run away? I didn't run away. I left. What need was there for me to stay when I was cured?
Oh. And what you did, or rather tried to do to Oliver?
That was wrong. I know it was wrong, but I had to do it. He was bad, Doctor, bad. He hated everyone, wanted to hurt them, and I couldn't let him.
You know, it's strange, Constable. 2 men, both mental cases because of a sudden affliction. But while Oliver's blindness made him hate, Simon's deafness filled him with love for all mankind.
Deafness? You mean he's deaf? But when you talk to him, he answers you.
Yes, he reads lips. That's why I had you turn him around, so he was facing me. But he's stone deaf. He will never hear again.
What's that you're saying? Deaf? But I'm not deaf. Why, there's no one can hear better than I. No one. I heard everything when I left here. Things no man has ever heard before. The song of the swan. The breathing of the fish. Why, I even heard the beating of Oliver's heart. after I'd killed him.
Yes, Simon, of course.
I'm not deaf, I tell you. I'm not. I'm not.
So, Simon did hear all the things he said he did. Even the beating of the Telltale Heart. And not with his ears, but with something else deep inside his poor, sick brain. Speaking of Telltale Heart, I'm sorry, it's not a heart at all. It's just Mr. Hurley's knees knocking together.
And if you think you're kidding, Raymond, you're crazy.
Oh, I'm not kidding, Ed. In Mr. Karloff's audiences, that's the equivalent of applause. Since everyone's generally much too scared to show the usual approval with their hands. So we won't take any chances. We'll just use words and say, thanks, Boris Karloff, for your splendid performance of tonight's dramatization of Poe's The Telltale Heart.
It was a pleasure, Raymond, to be able to bring our friends one of the world's most famous stories. And I'm very grateful to Everett Sloane as Oliver and Santos Ortiaga, who played Christie, for the help that they gave me. So now I suggest that you listen to Ed Hurley, who has some helpful advice for which you may be very grateful.
This is Raymond again, your host, getting ready to close that door to the inner sanctum and say goodnight until the same time next week. In the meantime, if you care to do a little bloodthirsty reading, try this month's Inner Sanctum novel, I'll Eat You Last, by H.C. Brandon. In case you've already read that, why not try some of the other stories by the author of tonight's mystery drama, Edgar Allan Poe? According to all critics, this writer has quite a future. Have a good night. Pleasant dreams,
Inner Sanctum Mysteries will be on the air again next Sunday night, same station, same time, with another chiller for thriller fans. So be with us then. This is Ed Hurley, speaking for the makers of Carter's Little Liver Pills and reminding you, when you don't feel good, try Carter's Little Liver Pills, the best friend to your sunny disposition.
This is the Blue Network of the National Broadcasting Company.